Okie coke. Cool. All right, guys. So at Rise, we've got a few things happening. Got a few, yeah. We've got the summer party happening on June the 20th at the Crooks Community Farm, and just to celebrate, you know, the lockdown being over, and yeah, just chill and come and have a little bit of fun at the Downhams Community Farm. And then we've also got some new yoga mats coming as well. Saw a photo of them yesterday. They're looking pretty cool, so they're like really premium. And they've also got alignment lines on them as well. So if you haven't seen these before, they're like the life form mats. Basically, you just get loads of lines all over your mat at different angles, so that you know when you get cues like have your feet in line with each other or your heels in line with one another, you can like match them perfectly in line with one another if you have these lines on your mat. And it just really helps with, you know, the placement of your hands and feet. And also it's really robust as well, you know, so it feels really solid and just great quality, and they're really grippy, super grippy as well. So, you know, you don't have to think about slipping everywhere. Okay, so they're the new mats, and I'm excited. Oh, who are we here? It is Joel. Hey Joel, how you doing?
Right, thanks Ashton.
Hey.
And we've got some new t-shirts coming as well.
Oh, we've got.
You can model those, dude.
Oh yeah, we've got new t-shirts coming.
I've got to keep my camera turned off.
More merch coming as well as our usual Rise tops and caps and stuff. We've got some more t-shirts coming. Oh yeah, and also, yeah, if you want to listen to the music for this class, it's actually the music from Flex 2. So if you head over to rise.co.uk/online and find this class, there should be a little Spotify logo that you can click on, and that will lead you to the correct playlist. So it's just there. Okay, so we're going to go live in about, well, properly start in about 1 minute or so. Oh, I will put the Insta on as well. All right, we're live on Insta. Woo! Are you all right, Joel? You had a good day?
Yeah, pretty busy actually. So.
Awesome, cool. Me too.
Yeah.
Absolutely swamped. So.
Yeah, no, it seems to got busier and busier. The more lockdown's gone on, the busier I've got.
Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah. Well, you know, I don't know. Do you enjoy it, or are we going to go? Oh, we're going to go live soon, Joel. Sorry, before we get carried away again. All right, cool. So yeah, we can chat after. So. See you in a bit. Thanks, Joel. All right, 3, 2, 1. Bing. Hey Risers, how are you doing? It's Ashton here. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a great day. It's finally warmed up to an acceptable temperature in the Rise studio today without heating for me, about 20 odd degrees. Okay, so this is the first time that I'm not actually feeling chilly. So yeah, I'm eager and ready. Today I'm teaching hot Pilates too. Yeah, quite a lot of supine core strength stuff that's lying down, and also quite a bit in the glutes as well. Yeah, it's a good one. All right, so let's start on our backs in our supine position. So onto your backs, and then if you want, you can also put your legs into a bound angle, so soles of feet together and the knees bent. If this is just too uncomfortable for you, then just have the legs relaxed. All right. Okay, so roll back the shoulders, allow everything to relax. Close your eyes, guys. We're just going to take a few moments to bring focus to the breath. and relaxation. All right, so in Pilates, breathing. On our inhalation, we want to do it through the nose and then feel the chest rise. Okay, feel the gaps between the ribs just increase in size. Okay, maybe the back slightly arches as well. At the end of your inhalation, nice and deeply, hold for a second. Then gently exhale out through slightly parted lips. Okay, so just let it out naturally, feeling the spine sink towards the floor as you do so, and more tension be released from around the thighs and hips. Okay, just another 5 of these now. Making each breath deeper. Inhale. And exhale. And just noticing the movement of the spine as you inhale and exhale here. Okay, how it extends, how it flexes, how it lifts and makes contact with the mat. Okay, 3 more deep breaths now. Inhale. If it feels comfortable to do so, maybe you want to shuffle your heels a little bit closer towards the bum there, just to open up a little bit more. Feel the knees falling outwards. 2 more breaths. And exhale. Okay, 1 more breath, the deepest one that we can manage. Inhale. And exhale. Feeling lower back touch the floor. All right, from here, gently open the eyes and then slowly bring the knees together. Okay, maybe you want to just shake out the hips and knees from side to side, just for 1 breath here. And then whenever you're ready, bring knees towards chest. We're going to hug our knees towards our face here. So we're curling up into this little ball. We're just very gently activating the core, stretching out the back here and just warming up a little bit. All right, so from here, keep squeezing those knees closer and closer towards your chest or your chin, whatever is possible here. And keep squeezing the glutes. Try to lift the tailbone off the floor. Make yourself smaller and smaller if you can. 4 more breaths here for 4. 3 shoulder blades lifting off the floor if possible. Chest to protect the neck. And 1 more breath. Try to relax the feet here. Alright, from here, release your knees with your arms and then extend the arms so that the hands are just above the shoulders. If possible, knees are touching the triceps or the elbows. No worries if not, as long as you're keeping that core activated and the tailbone off the floor. Keep extending the arms, guys. Keep activated. We've got 3 more breaths here for 3. Feel the whole body warming up. Feel a bit more blood rushing to the face here as well. And 1 more breath here. Keep extending. Woo! And then release. All right, feet onto floor, hands onto floor, palms facing down. Legs are bent, feet just underneath the hips, underneath the knees at hip width apart. And then from here, as we inhale, squeeze your glutes, punt into the floor with the feet, and then lift the hips into the air, slowly peeling off the floor. All right, let's just stay here for 3 breaths. This is just a little counter stretch to our ball pose before. So try to enjoy this counter stretch. 2 more breaths here for 2. And then last breath. And then slowly roll down the spine, always keeping those pelvic floor muscles engaged and tucked, letting them be the last thing to disengage on the hips touch the floor. All right, once hips are on floor, lengthen out the legs, and then from here we're going to take some single leg extension. So we've got a few different levels here. Okay, so level 1, knees up into the air, the legs are bent, lower back is always to the floor. Whatever level we're taking, lower back is always to floor to protect the back and keep the glutes engaged. Level 1, shoulders and hands on floor. Level 2, hands and shoulder blades off the floor, possibly keeping the legs extended here. Level 3, arms overhead, arms besides ears. Okay, so with level 1, keep your legs bent and then just cycle out one leg after the other. Okay, bending them as you bring them in. Okay, level 2, maybe you want to lengthen out the legs, lengthen one out and then cycle it back in by bending. Level 3, all right, so you're going to keep the legs straight all the way through. This makes it much more challenging because you've got to keep your abs engaged all the more here. So inhale, lower, exhale, extend back up again, keeping that lower back on the floor. All right, let's do 10 on each side. Good. Get that leg as low as possible. Keep the shoulder blades lifted. Keep that movement slow, guys. So in Pilates, the slower you go, the more challenging it is. The more we build up that strength, that controlled strength, yeah? And exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. All right, give me another 3 on each side now. For 3, keep an eye on your breath. Remember, inhale through the nose. Exhale out through slightly parted lips. 2 more on each side. If you're taking the overhead arm option, try to keep the arms besides the ears. 1 more on each side for 1. And last one on the other side. All right, well done. Release your feet back onto the floor, taking your starting bridge position. So feet planted onto the floor, lower back to floor again. And then from here, we're going to do some slow twist crunches. So hands to temples here. And then from here, bring chin to chest. Keep your elbows wide. Lower back to floor again. And then from here, take an inhalation. And then as we exhale, we're going to lift one shoulder blade off the floor and bring opposite elbow to opposite knee. Try to keep your hips pinned on the floor here. It's just the upper body we want to be moving. Inhale back into center, rolling onto the upper back. Exhale over to the other side. Now try to keep your elbows wide so that we ensure it's just the obliques that are doing the work here and not the arms. That's it. So we're going to do another 5 on each side for 5. Keep your movement slow, remember. So we're rocking from side to side, smooth and slow. Exhaling as we twist, squeezing those obliques. All right, 3 more on each side now for 3. See if we can lift that shoulder blade off the floor a little bit more. For 2. Keep it slow, guys. Do not speed it up. And for 1. And then release back to floor. All right, give your head just a little roll from side to side. Give the neck a little bit of relief here. And maybe shake out the hips a little bit. So next we're going to come into double leg extensions. 3 levels again. So just like the single leg extensions, level 1, legs bent, neck and hands on floor. Level 2, off the floor. Level 3, arms into the air with legs straight. All right, so double leg extension means that we lower both legs at the same time. If that's too much for you, stick with single leg. So we're going to do 10 of these. Get ready, extend the legs. Okay, arms besides ears if you're taking that option, and shoulder blades lifted off the floor. 10 of these now. Inhale, exhale, lower back to floor, guys. Do not let that lower back peel off the floor. Inhale, exhale, beautiful. All right, 8 more. So as we lower, we always come into this banana hold, and exhale. And I'm sure you can feel that big engagement of the core muscles there. All right, I've lost count. Let's do 6 more. For 6. Keeping that movement controlled, guys. For 5, shoulder blades stay lifted. For 4. Exhale as we rise. 3, you can do it, guys. Maybe you're shaking a little bit. That's cool. It's okay to shake. For 2. 1 more to go. Keep it slow. And for 1. Oh. All right, release knees to chest. Have a little rock and roll around. Well done, guys. Now we're going to come into a single leg spinal twist. All right, so let's start by keeping the right knee in towards the chest. Lengthen out the left leg. Pop your left hand onto your right knee. So opposite hand on opposite knee, and then right arm comes out to the side. Just let it relax here. Look over to your right hand. Inhale here, and then as we exhale, we allow the right knee to fall over to the left. Try to relax the shoulders, guys. Relax your glutes, your back, okay? Let everything just fall naturally into place. Feeling that knee get closer to the floor as you release tension. For 3, and just try to enjoy all the releasing of that pressure from around the lower spine there. For 2, feeling the pecs open as well, the chest muscles. And 1 more breath here. All right, and then come back into center with that right knee. Keep it towards the chest, and then this time both hands are clasped around that right knee. From here, we're going to bring chin to chest, and then just gently dig the lower back to the floor and lift that left leg off the floor just a few inches here. Nice long left leg, continuing to squeeze that right knee in towards the chest. If this gets a little bit too much for you, just pop your neck onto the floor. Now we're going to stay here for 3 deep breaths, squeezing a little bit tighter with the knee towards the chest with each breath. For 3. That's it. See if we can get a little bit of connection between the nose and the knee here. Okay, it's quite difficult for me here because I've hardly got a nose. So I've got quite a bit far away to go there. 2. And 1 more breath here. All right, release. Well done. Maybe shake out the hips a little bit, and we'll do everything on the other side now. So single leg spinal twist to begin with. Left knee up, left arm out to the side, right hand onto left knee. Look over to left hand. 1 inhalation here. And then as we exhale, allow the left knee to roll over to the right. Again, focusing on just letting go of any tension, allowing things to just fall into place. For 3. Feeling the chest open. Surrendering to the pose for 2. And 1 more breath. All right, come back into center with your left knee now. Clasp your hands together and then hug that knee tighter in towards you, chin to chest. Again, lifting the right leg, the lengthened right leg a little bit off the floor, keeping the lower back on the floor there. So this gives you a really, really nice stretch in your lower back here, as well as just mobilize the hip and its joint a bit, as well as engaging the core here, okay, to keep that knee towards chest. 3 deep breaths here for 3. Maybe making connection between nose and knee again. No worries if not. For 2. That's it, looking good, Joel. And 1 more breath. Woo! And then release. Okay, lengthen both legs, shake them out a little bit. Maybe bend the legs and just swing the knees from side to side. So next we're going to come into a static hold, really, really targeting those lower abs now, all right, as though we haven't done that already. Okay, so we're going to do that a little bit more now. Okay, so from here, legs into the center, legs extended, bend the knees if you need to, if you're feeling quite tight in the hamstrings, lower back to the floor. Arms reach up towards the toes, bring chin to chest, keep your gaze upwards at the toes to get that lovely neck alignment here, shoulder blades lifted off the floor. And we are just gonna hold for 5 breaths. I want you to continue to extend the arms and reach for those toes there, okay? So try not to allow yourself to get lazy in this. For 5, even though it's a static hold, we want to keep everything as engaged as we were for that first breath. For 4, keep reaching up. 3, you can even flex the feet if that helps you keep the legs and the core engaged. for 2. Deep breaths, guys. Stay with me. 1 more breath. Now, if you can, let's do 10 pulses. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower neck to floor. Inhale, exhale. 8 more now. 8. Keep the leg engaged. 7, 6, 5. Tiny movement, big engagement. 4, 3. Exhale as you lower. 2. 1, last one. Up. And then very, very slow lower. Oh, and release neck and feet to floor. Well done, guys. All right, hands to floor. Lift the hips into the air. Counter stretch, guys. We've done a lot on those lower abs. So by coming into a bridge, you're just giving the abs there a really nice stretch on the front and also giving that back a counter stretch as well. All right, 2 more breaths for 2. And last breath. Okay, slowly roll down the spine, bring knees to chest, and then whenever you're ready, you can roll or just push up into a tabletop position, guys. So hands onto the floor, hands underneath the shoulders, and we come onto all 4s. So knees underneath the hips, feet are relaxed. Okay, it's called a table pose because you are shaped like a table with straight arms and legs. All right, so from here, we're going to take something called a rainbow, working into glutes and the hips, as well as the core stability. So as I inhale, I'm going to lift up my right leg. Now, as you lift up this right leg, maybe you'll notice that your hips are rocking a little bit. So try to stabilize them. Squeeze your core, bring abs to back of spine, and pin the hips down so they're in line with one another. You might even want to flex the foot of that lifted leg as well, if it helps to keep it engaged. All right, from here, as I exhale, I'm going to bring my foot out to the side as far as is possible, getting movement into that hip joint, trying to limit the movement in the hips as much as possible, so it's just the leg that's moving. Inhale, back to center. So it's called a rainbow because you're drawing a lovely rainbow arc with the leg. All right, 8 more on this side. Exhale for 8. Core as still as possible, please. 7, 6. You don't want to allow your leg to fly up when you lift it. So try to keep your foot at sort of hip height. Good. All right, 4 more now for 4. Keeping it controlled and slow. That is the order of the day. All right, both hands equally planted on the floor too. Try not to tip to one side. 2 more now for 2. Slowly as possible. 1 more to go, slower than ever. And come back into your tabletop position. All right, take this time to reset the shoulders, reset the hips if you need to, and then we move to the other side. So gently push the floor away here, stabilize shoulders. Inhale, lift up left leg, stabilize your hips. Exhale, sweep and arc to the side with your foot. For 8. For 7, for 6, again keeping mindful of the weight in the hands here, equalizing the weight between both hands, trying not to tip into one side. Okay, 4 more to go. For 4, keep it slow. For 3, for 2. 1 more for me now. Keep strong. And release. All right. Take a few breaths here. Shake out the shoulders and the hips. Okay, and then whenever you're ready, tuck your toes underneath. Take an inhalation here, and then as you exhale, lift the knees up into the air. Take your full plank. If this is not possible, then come onto the knees or the forearms. Right? So this is your high plank. In your high plank, make sure that your hands are gripped onto the floor gently. The hands are spread for weight distribution. We open up the shoulder blades by pushing the floor away, possibly doming the upper back slightly. The neck is straight. Squeeze the glutes. Send the heels to the back of your mat here. Okay, if you want a little bit more challenge, then walk your feet back a little bit, come into an extended plank. All right, just whatever's possible, no worries if not. And we're going to stay here for 3 deep breaths, for 3. So the more we extend our arms, the more challenging it is to keep ourselves upright. For 2. Hang on in there, guys, looking really good. And 1 more breath. Woo. Okay, from here, if you take an extended plank, walk your feet back in towards the hands into your standard plank. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, lift the hips into the air, coming into a down dog. You can keep the knees bent. We're not staying here for long, it's just a transition pose. Take 1 inhalation here, and then as we exhale, we're going to just slowly walk the feet towards the hands, but be mindful of the hips here. Don't let them rock from side to side too much. You want to keep them as stable as possible by switching on the abs as you take that walk forwards to your forward fold here. All right, coming into forward fold, 1 inhalation here, and then as you exhale, bring chin to chest and slowly roll up to a standing position. All right, well done. So from here, we're going to come into a chair pose. So have your feet outside of hips, or just whatever you know is a comfortable stance for you. It might be a little bit different for everybody depending on mobility, etc. Planting feet firmly onto the floor. Inhale, reach up with the arms, all right? And then as you exhale, sit back. Push the knees out, bring the weight into the heels. It's as though you're trying to sit back into a chair, yeah? So try not to tip forwards and try to tuck your glutes underneath. It doesn't matter if you cannot sit back too deeply here. It's not about the depth, it's about the engagement of all the muscles in the posterior chain, in the back of the body, and also the engagement of the core here. So keep that tailbone tucked. We're going to stay here for 4 more breaths. For 4. Keep sinking backwards into the heels. For 3. Try to enjoy it. And keep the shoulders relaxed, guys. Keep extending the arms. For 2. And for 1. All right, from here, slowly rise. Come into standing position. Keep the arms engaged. If it gets too much, you can always just bring the hands to heart clasping or in prayer pose, up to you. So from here, ground into your right leg. We're going to take a pigeon pulse chair now. With your left leg, bend it, and then pop the ankle just above the right knee here. All right, keeping a soft bend in that right knee at all times. So as I inhale, I'm going to bend my right knee. As I exhale, I'm going to extend it. All right, so we're going to do 8 of these now, feeling that power in that right glute. Let's go for 8. Exhale, lengthen. 7, sinking back into that heel. 6. Whew. 5. 4, exhale as you lengthen, remember. 3, a little bit deeper if we can. Try to relax your bent leg. 2. 1 more. And release. All right. So just give your arms a little bit of a shake out, step out the feet a little bit. So we're going to do it all on the other side now. Are you ready? Have your arms and hands however you need them. Shoulders relaxed. Grounding into left leg this time, and then right ankle onto left knee. Are you ready for those pulses? Let's go. 8. Inhale, sink. Exhale, lengthen. For 7, try to relax that right leg. Let the knee open up. For 6, keeping core squeezed. 5. 4, keep those arms engaged, guys. I know they might be aching a little bit by now, but you can do it. 4. Focus on a spot as well for your balance. 3, try not to allow that pulsing knee to fall inwards either, so push it outwards. 2. Okay, 1 more breath. And release. Well done. Feet onto floor, roll down, come back into that forward fold. We're going to take a little rest from our standing poses at the moment, and then just step back into your plank. So we're going to recover, if you can call it that, in a forearm plank and some hip rolls. So elbows onto the floor, elbows directly underneath the shoulders here for stability. With your hands, you can have them relaxed or clasped. It's completely up to you. If you need to come onto the knees for this movement, but if you're off your knees, try to make sure that your hips are in line with your shoulders. One inhalation here in center, and then as we exhale, we're going to allow the hips to fall over to the right, but try not to disengage the abs completely. Inhale back to center, squeezing the obliques to lift them back up. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Try to keep the neck straight as well. We have 4 more on each side for 4. Try to keep that roll from side to side lovely and smooth. Okay, imagine you are drawing a semicircle with the hips here. 3 more to go for 3. For 2, slowly guys, beautiful slow movement, keeping both elbows on the floor. 1 more breath to go. And inhale, come back into the center once again. All right, from here, hands replacing elbows. Lift the hips into the air, coming into your little downward dog once again, and then walk your feet towards your hands once more to the front of the mat, and then chin to chest, slowly roll up to standing position once again. All right, so I'm going to turn to the side now, so you can see what I'm doing. So more standing exercises here. So we're just going to start in a squat. All right, so you've got a choice, hands to heart or arms up into the air once more. Okay, so feet a little bit wider than our chair before. We're going to come into a squat, so it's a little bit deeper than a chair. Push the knees out, sink the glutes in between the hips, push out with the knees here. Weight into the heels, and again, tuck the glutes underneath the hips. Okay, 3 breaths here, squeezing glutes for 3. That's it. Keep pushing those knees out. For 2. 1 more breath, planting into all 4 corners of the feet and equally. Okay, from here, keep the glutes low, guys. With your left leg, we're going to extend it out to the side whilst keeping the glutes low if possible. No worries if not. So we're taking almost a lateral lunge. Now, when we're in our lateral lunge, let's try to take notice of where our weight is. Is it in our bent leg? Okay, if it is predominantly in your bent leg, shift your weight over to the straight leg a little bit. We want to centralize that weight between both legs, keeping that balance of weight. Stay nice and low with the glutes. 4 more breaths for 4. Woo! Feel that heat building up in the back of the body there and the leg. For 3, keep those arms extended. Yeah, that's it, Joel. Good correction. 1 more breath. You can do this. All right, and then release. Okay, arms down. Have a little roll out of the shoulders. And then let's do it on the other side. Okay, so starting in chair once again. So, squat, sorry, not chair. So feet maybe a little bit wider than last time, up to you. Arms up or however you want them. Let's go for that squat. So sink down for 3. That's it. Weight into heels. For 2, keep lifting that chest. And for 1, okay, you ready for that extension of that right leg this time? Keeping low with the glutes, coming into your lateral lunge, keeping your glutes at knee level. Again, weight distribution between legs. Are we leaning to one side more? If so, centralize that weight. 4 more deep breaths. Keep the left glute squeezed here. Keep pushing off the back of the heel. 2 more breaths, guys. Hang on in there for 2. Woo! And last breath. Nice one. Come back into the center and then pop your hands onto the floor, guys. Oh, come back into your tabletop. Let's give those legs just a tiny bit of a rest here. So maybe just lift one knee up after the other, shake out the hips a little bit before we take our next movement. So our next movement is a panther. So you should feel this in your quads, in your shoulders and your core, right? So panther, coming from tabletop, tuck your toes underneath, right? If you want to stay on your knees, that's cool. So come into full panther, squeeze your abs, and then bring the knees just an inch off the floor here. Continue to push the floor away and try to equalize all the weight between all 4 points of the body. So between the hands and the knees and the hips and the feet. 4 more deep breaths now. You can do this. Try not to allow the knees to ride upwards, okay? Keep them pinned down along with the hips. For 3, slow, beautiful deep breaths. For 2, keep the breath calm. 1 more breath. Oh, feeling those quads heating up. And exhale, release knees to floor. Well done, guys. Relax your feet and let's have a lovely little stretch out of the shoulders now. So we're going to come into a thread the needle. So let's start with the right arm. Thread it underneath the left. Extend the left arm. Allow your right shoulder to come to the floor here. Okay, if you want, you can have your head relaxed on the floor, cheek on floor, or if you want to further the stretch, then turn your head so that the chin points downwards. And you should feel that deepening of the deltoid stretch there on the side of your arm. For 3. Try to continue to relax your shoulder. For 2. And 1 more breath. And then from here, lift up the head and unthread your arm from underneath you. Okay, you ready for the other side now? So left arm reaches underneath right. And then have your head however you want it. So cheek on floor or chin pointing downwards for extra stretch. For 3, try and sink down into the arm with the chest there. Use your own body weight to just really intensify that stretch. 2. And 1 more breath. All right, from here, unthread your arm from underneath you. Arms reach out forwards. And then we get to have a lovely rest. So pop your elbows onto the floor. Hands are relaxed. Elbows underneath shoulders. We then just lengthen out the rest of the body. Allow the hips and stomach to come to the floor. Roll your shoulders back. This is Sphinx pose, guys. So this allows us to open up the chest and recover. Inhale, lift up the chest. Roll the shoulders away from ears. Lengthen neck. 2 deep breaths here. Try to relax the lower body. Enjoy the back bend. For 2. And 1 more breath. Okay, from here, bring chin to chest slightly. Hands replace elbows. Push up onto all 4s again. And then just sweep your legs around towards the front. We're going to take a double leg forward fold just to stretch out the back and the hamstrings. If you want to, you can use a strap around the soles of your feet to deepen into this pose. Okay, but you don't have to. Okay, so relax your legs. Ensure that both glutes are on the floor. As you inhale, extend the arms, extend the spine, reach upwards. This is your L sit. As you exhale, leading with the chest towards toes, fold forwards, hinge at the hips here. Keep extending the arms. Continuing to relax the legs, bending the knees if you need to. Once you feel like you cannot hinge anymore, then maybe allow your chin to come to chest, allow the shoulders to soften slightly, and with your hands, if possible, wrap your hands around the soles of the feet or around the outsides of the calves or ankles. Right, but only do this if you can do this whilst relaxing. You don't want to have to fight or struggle against it. Okay, 3 deep breaths, enjoying the lengthening of the lower back there and the backs of the legs. For 3, that's it. For 2, one more breath to go. And then slowly release, unfold. And then straight away, let's come onto our tailbones. We've got teaser necks, so like a boat pose in yoga. Few different options. Toes can be on the floor for a little bit of support. Okay, still engaging the abs, keeping the chest lifted and arms relaxed. Okay. Option number 2, legs are bent, chest is lifted, shoulders roll back. Option 3, legs are straight. Continue to bring the chest towards the shins here, keeping neck lovely and straight. All right, 3 deep breaths for 3. Keep your breaths calm, guys. For 2, use your abs to bring those legs higher. Try to avoid rounding of the upper back, lower back as well. And 1 more breath. You can do it. Come on. And release. Legs to the floor now. All right, so shake out your legs a little bit. We're going to take a single leg forward fold this time. So bring your right leg out to the side slightly, keep it lengthened, and then bend your left leg. The inner foot comes onto inner thigh of right leg. That's it, both glutes on the floor. If you find that both glutes don't make the floor, simply just pop your foot a little bit lower down on the leg there. Okay, so from here, as we inhale, we reach up with the arms. As we exhale, we fold over lengthened leg. Try to straighten out your shoulders for 3. And just tent the fingers gently on the floor here. Again, just focusing on extension of the spine. Trying to round the back as little as possible. For 2. And just 1 more breath. And then gently walk your hands back towards you. We're going to come into a spinal twist now. So left fingertips or hand come onto the outside of the right thigh or onto the floor besides the right thigh. The right hand reaches behind us, hand planted or on fingertips, whatever feels comfortable. Roll your right shoulder back. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, twist open over to your right. Keeping that lovely alignment of the neck and keeping the shoulder relaxed. 2 more breaths, trying to enjoy the loosening of the lower back muscles here. And just 1 more breath. All right, release back to center and let's go on to the other side now. So lengthen out left leg and right foot to inner thigh. Both glutes on the floor. Inhale, reach up with the arms, and then exhale, fold over lengthened leg, keeping the shoulders straight if possible, and then doing whatever is comfortable with the hands here. So wrapped around foot or placed gently on the floor. For 3, feeling extension in back again. Trying to relax the bent leg here, allowing the knee to fall out. For 2. And then 1 more breath. And then gently unfold, coming into your twist again. So right hand onto left thigh or on floor, left hand planting behind us. Inhale, lift chest, exhale, twist open, enjoying stretch for 3. Keeping that lovely spine alignment, so always keeping the core slightly braced here. For 2. And 1 more breath. All right, gently untwist now. So coming back into center, bring your legs together again. We're going to come into a twisted teaser, so kind of like a bicycle teaser, okay? So a dynamic teaser, coming onto tailbone now. So from here, I'm going to bring opposite hand to opposite knee. The other leg then lengthens, and then with my opposite arm, I'm going to reach backwards and twist and open up the chest here. And then from here, I come back into center and then swap sides. So opposite hand on knee, and then other arm reaches back. Roll your right shoulder back, keeping chest lifted. So we're going to do 8 on each side. Nice and slowly now. Trying to get that lengthened leg as low as possible, avoiding rounding of the lower back here. If you need to pop your toe onto the floor of the bent leg for a little bit of support in between each cycle, that's completely fine. Exhale as we twist, guys. Inhale, coming back into center. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right, 3 more on each side now. Keeping it beautifully slow. Just 2 more. All right, 1 more on each side. Keep that back straight. You can do this. Keeping movements graceful. And then come into center. All right, so hands on floor, gently shake the knees and hips from side to side here. Whenever you're ready, roll down onto the floor. Okay, nearly at the end of our practice now. So we're just going to do some windscreen wiper legs here. So arms out to the side, chest is open. We've got a few choices, legs into the air, knees above hips, tailbone lifted. So from here, keeping the lower back pinned to the floor, as we exhale, we're going to roll the knees from side to side. Inhale back into center, exhale over to the other side. That's level 1. Level 2, legs are straight. Okay, and we do the same thing, keeping tailbone lifted into the air. So we're going to do 5 on each side, keeping the shoulders on the floor if possible. So if you find that your one shoulder is lifting off the floor, then you're probably popping your legs a little bit too low. You're coming out of your range. So just don't bring the legs so low down on the side there. Inhale to center, exhale to the other side. That's it. Looking good, guys. We have got another 3 on each side. Okay, enjoying that core engagement, but also that stretch in the back as well. All right, 2 more on each side. And then for the last ones, we're going to hold our legs at the bottom of the range there. Yeah, so it's going to get a little bit intense. Okay, ready for the last ones now. Inhale, come back into center. Exhale, allow legs to fall to one side. Legs out can be bent or straight, and we hold. Hold, hold, hold for 5. 4, keep the abs engaged. 3, keep shoulders on the floor. 2. And 1, come back into center now. You ready for the other side? And then we finish off and we can relax. Exhale to the side, hold. Hold at the end of your range. It's going to be different for everybody. For 4, keeping chest open. 3, calm your breaths, guys. Don't let them speed up. 2, and 1. All right, inhale back to center. Well done. Whoa! And we're done, guys. So take your relaxation, lengthen out the legs. Oh, if you need to, maybe even have a little rock and roll or even take a bridge. Whatever it is you need to do to stretch out all the muscles that are feeling a little bit tight right now. Okay, so if you're at home, stay in your relaxation for as long as you want. Bring that focus back to the breath. So remember, inhaling into chest and exhaling out through slightly parted lips. allowing all tension to be released from the back of the body here. Feeling all that pressure and tension disperse away from you. So just take one more breath with me here, releasing all facial muscles. And then whenever you're ready, just slowly roll or push up to a seated pose in whatever way you wish. All right. Cheers, guys. And that was your Pilates